In news overseas, Hong Kong authorities may have stepped away from a controversial extradition bill following mass public outrage in the semi-autonomous Chinese city. But as VOA's Bill Gallo reports, there is still widespread concern about Hong Kong's future.
Hong Kong won't fully become part of China until 2047, almost 3 decades from now. But many in this semi-autonomous city say their way of life is already changing as Beijing expands its influence here. At the heart of the latest protests here was an intensely personal question. Would you trust being sent to stand trial in China's politicized judicial system? The answer from Hong Kongers was a resounding no. An estimated 2 million people attended the latest protest against the government's extradition proposal. That's over a quarter of Hong Kong's population, a forceful repudiation of China's judicial system. Though the government paused the bill, Hong Kong's future remains uncertain. As Beijing closes in, many feel they have no choice but to consider leaving.
It is happening. It is already happening. People of my age, like in the late 30s, 40s, are already planning, and they are already looking around.
Maybe somewhere Western, more democratic.
Yeah, I will feel ashamed that I will not like to live in here anymore.
We will go to Taiwan or Australia, somewhere that not yet controlled by China.
Hong Kong's reputation as an international financial hub could also be at risk.
One of the reasons why people like using Hong Kong as an Asia base is that on the one hand they can get access to the China market, but on the other hand it's a separate legal system with greater protections of the rule of law and greater protections for private property and the like. If you open any hole to allow the Chinese legal system to creep in, that would obviously have an implication.
Though there's been no rush for the exits, the business community's concern about the extradition law was genuine.
The American Chamber of Commerce, the British Chamber of Commerce, the European Chamber of Commerce all have expressed considerable concern about this. So from the business community immediately recognized that this was it was completely contrary to one country, two systems principle.
Since Hong Kong lacks fully democratic institutions, one of the only ways people here can push back is through protests. And at this point, the protests only keep getting bigger.